types of breadboards: the large breadboard, the small breadboard, and the mini breadboard. They are all of the same kind, apart from the size. Each of these breadboards have holes, and these are called rails. If you notice carefully, once I hover the mouse onto any one of the holes, it shows a green line. The green line indicates that each of these holes are internally electronically connected to one another. There is a metal strip of wire that is connecting each one of them. If I hover the mouse to the second row, it shows that it is not connected to the first row. So these two rows are not internally connected to one another, but they are independently connected to each other. If I hover the mouse down, you notice that each of these holes are vertically connected to one another. Again, the last row again signifies that they are horizontally connected, but these two holes are not internally connected. The same thing happens with smaller ones also. Let's focus our lesson today on the large board. Now, what is these breadboards used for? You can actually pop in all the transistors, resistors, jumper wires, cells, batteries, LEDs into each of these holes. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you the same examples that I have shown you earlier using LEDs. I'm going to light up this LED using a breadboard instead of directly connecting it to a battery. So let me just rotate it. So now let's connect the positive side, anode side, to the positive side. So let's change the sides. I connect the anode to the positive. I connect the cathode to the negative. Now, even though I'm using the word negative and positive to each of these rails, the power has not been added yet. In order to add a power supply, I will use the power supply of my choice. For example, let's take a 9 volts battery. I'm going to attach this 9 volt battery to the respective holes in each of these rails on the breadboard. So here I choose the jumper wire, attach this onto the battery. Again, I try once again. Yes. Let's color code this as red. And the other one, I'll connect it to the other hole in the rail. Yes, this is basically the same lab I have shown you earlier without using the breadboard. When I start the simulation, it shows that light has been shining brightly now. I can also use the breadboard to light other LEDs in other rails. For example, LED. I take one LED here, attach the positive and the negative to the respective holes. Yes, the positive one goes to the positive, the negative goes to the negative. Of course, I need to color code it so that it will be easy for me to troubleshoot later. Yes. Now, when I power this on, you will notice that only one of the LEDs glow up, the other one does not. The answer being that these rails don't have a power. That's when